Know thyself here. Greetings, fam. Thanks for tuning in. So, today I wanted to talk about a topic that is just one of the most interesting and important things that I've ever sat and thought about for a while, and it is the power of slowing down. So, when we talk about slowing down, when I talk about slowing down, what I'm talking about is your emotional regulation and reaction to the things that are happening around you. I call this an invitation to actually see the Matrix. And, in the movie, if you've ever seen the movie The Matrix, obviously, there is an idea or concept or a couple scenes in the movie where Neo is able to slow things down. The way he's able to slow things down is because he moves so fast that everything around him slows down. And then he's able to, like, there's a scene where he dodges bullets. There's a scene where he has bullets flying at him. He stops them in midair, and he, uses some energetic force to put the bullets on the ground. It's just the idea of slowing down. When you slow things down, you can actually start to observe micro actions in people and in things and in situations, and you're much more likely to see people's micro reactions to things, and you get to see the way people really think about things and how they respond to things when you slow down. So what am I talking about? So in a practical sense, I would say that one of the first things that you should do is slow down your breathing. How do you slow down your breathing? This would be if you were to pick up a meditation practice. A meditation practice allows you, or it gives you the ability to slow down in your daily life every single day. Maybe at the beginning of the day or maybe at the end of the day. It's really up to you when you would like to use this practice. But when you can sit still for a minute, right, and just breathe, and then you increase that to 2 minutes, 3 minutes, get up to 5 minutes. Right now I'm up to about between 10 and 15 minutes. I've been doing it for a few years. One of the things that you start to recognize when you can sit still for, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes, what you start to notice is your ears and your senses start to become more sensitive to subtle things. How is this useful in your daily life? Let me give you a practical example. So let's say, for example, that you were around someone. Let's just say you were around a woman, a girl that you might be interested in, right? Or you might think that that person might be interested in you. What we have a tendency to do, especially as men, is we have a tendency to try to make the situation happen, try to force conclusions or actions out of other people, try to initiate and push our way of thinking or our energy into the situation, thinking that that's going to have an effect. And it will have an effect, and sometimes it'll have a positive effect and sometimes it'll have a negative effect. But let me offer an alternative. Instead of trying to push yourself into the situations, what if you went into those situations, you slowed your breathing down, because you do have a meditation practice, so you know how to sit in silence, and you just allow things to happen. Let me tell you the power of just staying silent in situations, especially if it's a public gathering, there's people around. If you were to be able to sit and just observe and just allow, smile on your face, very calm, very collected, very in control of your emotional reactions to things, you'll start to pick up subtleties You'll pick up subtleties in what people say, the inflection in their voice, the subtle shifts in movements. You'll start to read body language that people will do. You'll start to see shifts in the way people act around you. People will be much more likely to initiate conversations with you. If a woman is around you and she happens to like you and you're just around her, but you're there, you're present, you're aware, you talk to people, but you're not pressing or forcing yourself into the conversations or into the interactions, then you could see a lot of the times in which women will initiate conversations with you. You will see women hit on you, and you will be outside of yourself looking at this, and you'll be like, whoa, I can't believe this is happening. So think about that idea. The idea of emotional regulation, the idea of calming yourself down. This is also very helpful if you're around people and you're not sure about whether or not this person is friend or foe. Practiced long enough with the tactics or techniques of just observation, slowing down your breathing, emotional regulation, allowing, staying present, you'll pick up subtleties in people's behavior that can let you know whether or not this person is a friend or a foe, whether this person means you harm or means you well. It's extremely important that you know these things, and a lot of times for most people, they don't figure out whether or not someone is on their side or not until that person does an overt public action that usually could result in you being hurt or harmed in some way, whether it be physically or some other way. But there's an energy field that people give off, and your ability to interpret and your radar ability to pick up that energy field is based off of how in tune with your own energy field you are and how much you allow the subtleties in your own energy field to read other people's energy. It's extremely important, and trust me, when you start to work on yourself and you pick up a meditation practice or just a quiet breathing practice, and you do this on your own, and you start to sharpen that skill of just going into public situations, being around people, whether it's you and another person, whether it's you in a group setting, whether it's you in a big huge room, the more subtly aware that you can be in those spaces, the more you can see those micro energetic things that people do. The eye twitch, the way that a hand might move, somebody's body language, whether they step back in space or they step back by using their feet to step back. Like, all of these things are subtle micro communications that you can pick up on if you are paying attention, but you will only be paying attention if you are slowing down your own ability to perceive your reality around you. And I'm telling you, this is a powerful thing to do. Once you just get a good practice going, you'll start to see things from people that you never saw before. You'll start to hear things in the ways in which people talk, and you'll be like, oh, that person's not interested at all. Even though the words that they say make them seem interested or make them seem one way, the subtle inflections in how they say what they say, you can start to perceive that, and you will know, oh no, this person isn't what they say they are. They're misrepresenting their opinion, their feelings about a particular subject, because you can hear the subtleties in how they say things. You can see the subtleties in the ways in which they move and the ways in which that they communicate their communication that is nonverbal. A lot of times it's their communication that's not even voluntary, right? A lot of that communication that you will pick up on will be communication that they don't even know themselves that they are betraying what they're actually saying. And so this is I would consider this to be a bit of a cheat code. It's a cheat code in a way because it allows you to be in tune in a way that you get to see the ones and the zeros of the Matrix. Going back to the analogy of the movie, once Neo is unplugged, he can see the way the world really works. Once you slow your ability to perceive down, you can see the subtleties, the ones and the zeros, in the way that people interact with you and in the ways in which they interact with other people. So, slowing down your breathing, again, it's a meditation practice. That's one of the ways. Emotional regulation, breathing, sitting still, closing your eyes, and just allowing your breath. Inhale, exhale. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Sit still. When you sit still long enough, you'll start to hear and see things. Practiced over time with this particular method, when you're out in public, you'll start to perceive and pick up things in that way too. So I just wanted to offer you a bit of advice on how to see the Matrix, how to see the subtleties in the communications, and then in your social interactions with people, this is powerful stuff that you can use to, again, see what someone is saying and then understand what they actually mean. See how someone is showing you body language tactics, and then know the subtle cues to know how they actually feel about what it is that they're saying. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for rocking with me. As always, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And if you have a comment, please leave it down below. I'll respond to all of them. All right, I will see you guys on the next video. Take care of yourself. Bye.